until you've eaten fake poo out of a fake toilet, you really haven't lived. What a time to be alive. So let's get the umbrella out of the way and get wet for a second. You can see it. Jesus Christ. It probably doesn't help that I didn't learn the Mandarin for turtle testicles. Remember that for next time. Everyone, and welcome back to my channel, First World Traveller. Now I'm in Taipei, Taiwan, and I imagine if you've clicked on this video you've either just arrived in Taipei or you're planning a trip to Taipei and you want to know all the basics you need to know when you arrive here. So never fear, First World Traveller is here. Let's go through everything you need to know about Taipei. Let's go. Okay, and just pay attention on this video because Taiwan is a lot more extensive and complicated than you think. Okay, and if you already know the basics about Taiwan and you're looking for things to do in Taiwan, stay tuned to the end of this video and click on the link to the next part of this playlist. So let me ask you a question. What is the number one thing everyone always forgets when they go to a new country? Well, if you're me, that's plug adapters. Now, if you have not done any research and you get to Taiwan and you discover that you haven't got the right plug adapter, do not panic. The plug adapter that is used in Taiwan is this one. It's the same one as you use in America. It's the 2-prong flat plug adapter, not the 2 round prong one that you've been used to using in lots of Asia. But don't panic, because if you get here and you haven't got one, there are numerous electrical shops around the vicinity of Taipei main station where you can buy one for about $60. Okay, that brings me nicely on to currency. So the currency in Taiwan is the new Taiwan dollar. Basically, 1,000 Taiwan dollars to the right there is equivalent of about 35 British pounds and about 37 US dollars roughly. This is March 2017. Now, an easy way to work it out, which is what I do, is think of it the other way around. So 10 British pounds is about $350. Next up, visas. Now, if you are a UK citizen, you do not need a visa to enter Taiwan. You are visa exempt. That's the official term. So basically, when you go through immigration, you'll just get a stamp in your passport for 90 days entry into Taiwan. If you're not from the UK, look on Google and you will find the visa requirements there. Now, as you would expect, the airport is quite a significant distance from the centre of Taipei. So how the hell do you get into the city from the airport, especially like me, if you arrive at 1 o'clock in the morning from your flight? So obviously taxis is a method everywhere of getting into the city from the airport. However, I wouldn't recommend it because the airport is about 50 minutes drive. Yes, 50 minutes drive from the airport into the city. So the cost will be ridiculous and will cost you an arm and a leg. So what is the alternative? So you can get an airport bus, which is what I did. Basically, walk out of the airport, go down the travelator, follow the signs for city buses, go to the ticket office, and you can buy a ticket to the 1819 bus. Now, this is not the time, 1819, it's simply the number of the bus. This will take you directly to Taipei main station, and it costs 125 Taiwan dollars. So it's about £5 in English money, so significantly cheaper than getting a taxi. Also, these buses are 24 hours, so you don't have to worry if you do turn up at 1 o'clock in the morning about getting into the city. Now, the language in Taiwan is Mandarin. Now, if like me, you don't speak a word of Mandarin and cannot understand it, and it pretty much looks like Egyptian hieroglyphics, then you're in for a problem. However, English is around. It's not as prevalent as in other Asian countries that are more touristy, so expect to have a bit of an issue when it comes to reading things. Okay, so just an additional point on language. One thing I'm going to try and do try being the operative word, is to give you 5 useful phrases that you can use in these countries, especially as I head through Asia and the languages become a lot more complicated. What I'll do, I'll put next to me, I will put the English and I'll put the Mandarin, and underneath that I will put how you say it, at least in your English head. Here are 5 phrases in Mandarin that could help you get around in Taiwan. Number 1, Ni hao. This means hello. Simple. Number 2, Ni hao ma. This means how are you? Number 3, in response to that question, you can say wo hun hao. This means I'm fine or very good, basically. Number 4, shishi, which means thank you, which is in my head very difficult to say. Some things I've looked up say zhizhi, like a G, some say shishi. I'm going with the S one. Number 5, what is the last one? It is goodbye, dai jien. Number 5, goodbye. I'm not saying goodbye yet, we're not at the end of this video yet. Those are my 5 simple phrases in Mandarin, which hopefully you will find useful. Yes, I have an A-level in German, but apparently languages is not my strong suite. Sweet? Who knows? How do you get around Taipei? Well, let me show you. So here I am at the Taipei Metro, NTU Hospital Station, helpfully in English as well. Taipei does have an extensive metro system. Download this app before you get here, the Taipei Metro map, which will give you a nice easy map to help you find your way around. So there are 5 lines on the Taipei Metro, all in their own language, which I can't pronounce, so they are also colour coded, which is very helpful. So as you can see there are the 5 different lines: the red line, brown line, green line, yellow line and blue line. And again, in the station you also have these helpful maps behind me, so if you're a bit scared about getting a metro system in another country, don't panic because it's very simple. So I am here. Wonderful, we've got red line, green line, very simple. Okay, so I've just bought one of these. This is an EasyCard. Now this costs 100 Taiwan dollars, non-refundable, from an MRT station. Now this is slightly confusing, so you have to bear with me. You can top up this card when you buy the ticket, so I put $300 on the card. So just to give you an idea of how much a trip costs, so basically going from where I am, which is Hospital NTU, to the end of the red line costs $40. So $300 probably should last me for the rest of the week. Now if you run out of money on your EasyCard, behind me in every MRT station is the top-up point where you can top up your EasyCard. Very simple. Also, you can also top up your EasyCard here at Family Mart or 7-Eleven, which is very helpful. Okay, so here's a little tour of the MRT at NTU Hospital, where that little yellow thing is, and I'm going to Taipei 101 World Trade Center, which will feature in the next video, so here goes nothing. So when you get off the train, you do have different exits to get out the station. So one is World Trade Center, that's where I'm going. So just follow the directions, and they're all in English as well. As always, wonderful. Where I said it's complicated, this is the reason why. So the EasyCard is not the only card that you can get for the Taipei Metro. You can also get numerous other ones called the Taipei Pass, which basically lasts for 1 day, 48 hours, 72 hours, etc. So depending on what sort of trip you're doing and how much you think you're going to be using the Metro, then have a think about what card you're going to need before you get it, because you don't want to waste money on a card you don't need. You can also use the EasyCard on buses and the majority of taxis, which is very different from most places I've been to, because you can't use a card on taxis in most places, but you can here. Now the last thing is accommodation. Now Taipei isn't exactly backpacker heaven, because it's not really somewhere that backpackers come. Here's somewhere that first world travellers come, however. However, there are some hostels, so one thing to watch out for is, because it isn't really a backpacker destination, the hostels aren't manned 24 hours, at least mine isn't. Now, there's only someone at mine, which is behind me, between 9 and 12 in the morning. So I got here at 1 o'clock in the morning, so how did I get in? So they email you a code for the door to get in, they tell you your bed number, etc. And basically just to pay them when you see someone between 9 and 12 in the morning. So just something to watch out for. And obviously safety in Taipei, just the same as anywhere. If you're arriving in the middle of the night like I did, clambering down a street in darkness with a 3-wheeled suitcase, then just watch out, because you don't know who's around. Walk with purpose as always. Now I know you love me showing you around hostels where I knock fans off walls and get concussion. It's not going to happen at this place. Let me show you around this hostel. As you can see, it's got a kitchen, which is wonderful because a lot of hostels do not have kitchens. So you've got microwave there, something there, and all your usual gubbins. Computer, so you can use the computer. There's a nice comfy seating area, DVDs, there's an Xbox or something. There was someone playing Grand Theft Auto the other day, and you've got this nice little working area to do some work. So it's a very good hostel in terms of facilities. So yeah, beautiful. No knocking fans off the wall in this place. And this is the room that I'm in. So it's on the 4th floor as per usual, and there are 6 beds in here. As you can see, so I'm on this one. Top bunk, as always. Yeah, beds are reasonably comfortable. You don't die when climbing up the ladder. I won't be climbing up the ladder this time. Nice little storage area there. There's my 3-wheeled suitcase. And you've got some hooks to hang all my numerous jackets. So, yeah, beautiful. The good thing about this room is the plug adapters attached to every shelf, which is really good because you can put your stuff charged up when you go to sleep. So, wonderful. There's a hostel. Okay, and this is the bathroom. So, I've stayed in some horrific hostels with awful bathrooms. However, this one's okay. You've got a nice big trough thing there to do your business. There's 2 showers. This is a better one. Beautiful. And you get free shower gel and shampoo. Don't squat on the toilet. It's dangerous. Yeah, indeed it is. Okay, so that's your Taipei basics all done and dusted. So now you are ready to go with seeing what things there are to do in Taipei. So without further ado, click on the link that is coming up to that side of my head and make sure you check out things to do in Taipei. Now if you've liked this video, don't forget to click that like button underneath. Leave a comment is the best thing you could ever do, and remember to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the little red thing down in the corner. Wonderful. See you next time.